Welcome back, students. Let's continue with our chapter Trade to Territory. Let us see further how the Britishers have traded with us and how they became the ruler of our country. Okay, the Battle of Plassey. This is the first battle which they had won with our rulers, due to which they became the rulers here. We can say it is the pillar for which made them the rulers here. How they had got into this battle with the Bengals Nawab Sirajuddaulah, and they had a war there. When Alivardi Khan died in 56. In 1756, Alivardi Khan, who was a Nawab of Bengal, he died. So Sirajuddaulah became the Nawab of Bengal after him. Okay, he was a successor. He was very strong regarding the rules and regulations. He had foreseen everything of the Britishers' cunningness. So he was very strict to them. Sirajuddaulah asked the company to stop meddling in the political affairs, to get interfering into the political affairs, stop the fortification, that is whatever their boundaries they were building up near the warehouse, to stop it, and to pay the revenue. And he forced them to pay the revenues, what were being liable for them. Okay. After negotiation failed, the Nawab marched with 30,000 soldiers to the English factory at the Kazim Bazar. Captured the company's officials, locked the warehouse, disarmed all the Englishmen, and blocked the English ship. See here, what he did, he had first a negotiation with them. He had a talk with them. He tried to convince them with the talk that this is not proper. You have to pay the revenue. It is compulsion, because the revenue, whatever the emperor had given, it was only for the company, and that also in his territory boundary. Now the Bengal had become free from the center, so they have to pay the taxes. This he made it clear. The negotiation was going on, but it didn't succeed. The company was not obeying the orders of the Nawab. So the last Nawab took his 30,000 soldiers and he attacked the English factory, which was on the bank of river Hooghly. Okay, and there in Kazim Bazar area he had attacked that, and he captured the company officials. Oh, the officers were there. He captured them and he locked the warehouse. He fully stopped the warehouse and he disarmed, means he took away the army from them. Okay, and the weapons what were there with the Britishers, weapons which they were allowed to carry, that also was being taken away from them, so that they will not have any war with them. And the ships were also blocked to enter their region. This all things the Nawab had done there. Then he marched to the Calcutta to establish the control over the company's port there. Then what he did after that, he marched to Calcutta. Okay, first he had attacked the Kazim Bazar, then he marched to Calcutta area, where the company, which the first company they had formed, that was there, that he had to capture. For that purpose he marched there. On hearing the news of the fall of the Calcutta company, officials in the Madras sent a force under the command of the Robert Clive. When the officers came to know in Madras that this all happened in Bengal, they sent Robert Clive with some forces. He was the commander of that army, to attack the Nawab. Okay, prolonging negotiation with the Nawab followed. Finally, in 1757, Robert Clive led a company's army against Sirajuddaulah at Plassey. Now, what happened? First, they had a negotiation with Nawab to get back all the things. Nawab didn't agree with that, so they decided to have a war. Now, see, your children, this thing here was different now. Before, the English officers who were there in that warehouses, they were with less arms. Now the English officer, Clive, who has come, the commander, he has come with a big army and he has planned to have a war there. Okay. In the meantime, when he was having a negotiation with Nawab, he was also plotting out something with Mir Zafar, who was against the Nawab, who wanted to become the king there. Okay. And this Clive was knowing very well that he will succeed in it. And after that, he went for a war with Sirajuddaulah in Plassey. Okay. On one of the main reason for the defeat of the Nawab was that force led by Mir Zafar, one of the Sirajuddaular's commander, never fought the battle. See, Sirajuddaular's commander-in-chief, who was Mir Jafar, he and his army didn't get part in the war, what was being laid out. And due to that, he was being defeated. See, now whenever the war planning is done, the things are done in such a way that they know that my one troop is here, one troop is here, I'm going to attack from this area. If one troop is not going to work, that means that part is been totally becoming idle. Okay, and due to that, their planning has been collapsed and they have lost the war. The Battle of Plassey marked the first step in the transformation of a small trading company into a supreme political power. This marked this was a twisting point, you can say, or turning point of the Indian history, where this trading company now became the ruler. Okay, still they were not interested in ruling. They just kept Mir Zafar on the throne. Okay, Battle of Buxar. Now, why this battle took place? What is the reason behind that? After the defeat of Plassey, Sirajuddaular was assassinated and Mir Jafar made the Nawab. Mir Jafar was made the Nawab there after killing Sirajuddaular. Okay, why they made Mir Jafar the king? Because they wanted only the revenue there, the amount which was being stopped by the Sirajuddaular. At present, they were not interested in taking any administrative responsibility because they didn't want any additional responsibility. But they wanted money and they wanted trading market. That was their main point, what was behind their work. Okay, when Mir Zafar protected the company, deposed him and installed Mir Qasim in his place. Now see here, when he started to protest against them, when he started to go against them, what they did, they removed him and they kept Mir Qasim in his place. Okay, so this was what company was doing. Again, when Mir Qasim, when he is going to go against the Britishers, for the beginning, he will also pay. He is going to pay the amount what has been fixed by the everything. But after some time, what is going to happen is he is not going to able to pay the amount, or he doesn't want to pay the amount. During that time, again they will they had removed Mir Qasim and put up Mir Zafar back to the throne. Okay, and that was the reason, or we can say because Mir Qasim, he went against the Britishers and he went to the Nawab of Awadh, and with Nawab of Awadh as well as Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, they had a war of Plassey which took place with the Britishers. But in that also we were being defeated. The Indians were defeated. When Mir Qasim complained, he in turn was defeated in a battle fought at Buxar in 1764. This Buxar was being fought by all these three people against the Britishers, and they were being defeated in that war. Okay. Next target of the Britishers were Mysore. Why? Mysore had grown in the strength under the leadership of the powerful ruler like Hyder Ali and his famous son Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan is very famous in the history for the Mysore. Okay, he is called the tiger of the Mysore. Mysore controlled the profitable trade of the Malabar coast, where the company purchased pepper and cardamom. So here they used to purchase pepper and cardamom from the Malabar coast, which was under the control of the Mysore. So the Tipu Sultan is going to stop them from this. Okay, the reason behind that was his friendship with the French. In 1785, Tipu Sultan stopped the export of sandalwood, pepper and cardamom through the port of his kingdom and disallowed the local merchant for trading with the company. He didn't allow his local merchant also to trade with them, because if the local merchant went against him, they were knowing that whatever they had, the liberties, whatever they had, the concession from the government, that will be taken away. So they didn't want it to go against the king. As King Tipu Sultan was a personality who was interested in his own people's prosperity. So he had given lot of facilities to them. So they never wanted to go against their king, okay, for the trade. He also established a close relation with the French in India and modernized his army with their help. So here, Tipu Sultan was very smart personality. So he knew that he needs to modernize his army to fight with the Britishers, whose army was modernized one. For that purpose, what he did, he took the help of the enemy of the Britishers, that is the French, and he modernized his army. The British were furious. They saw Hyder and Tipu as ambitious, arrogant, and dangerous rulers, so who had to be controlled and crushed. They started feeling that they should be crushed down. They should be stopped here. Otherwise, they are going to be a big trouble for them. This they have realized from this all things. 4 wars were fought with Mysore. The four different wars were being fought with the Mysore. All the wars they had lost. All the 3 wars the Britishers had lost. But the last one, they ultimately they won the war. Okay, the company won the war. But and Tipu Sultan was being killed and defeated and defending his capital Srirangpatnam. Okay, Srirangpatnam is the capital which he had that was being captured by them, and they had killed him during the war. The defeat of Tipu Sultan also is the reason that his people had frauded him. Okay, they had cheated him. That was the reason why he was being defeated. Otherwise, it was not easy task to defeat him. From this, we come to know that we Indians have lost most of our wars with the Britishers or with others because of our peoples only. Okay, so history teaches us that if we want the welfarement of our country, we should be united and stay together. Thank you. Have a nice day.